First, he said, she's a good tenant. They do well. Seconds later, well, they're limping the store along, and they've been doing a year at a time, and now they have no term. You could help us out with potential leasing some space. I want to become a tenant.
Okay, where are you thinking of being a tenant?
There's actually a coin laundromat there, if that is on your
Yes,
radar
there
at
is.
all. That is
No, sure.
what
I
we
know
do.
Kathy and her husband that run it pretty well. What
Good.
are you trying to do? Are you trying to buy it from them or wait till they leave and take it over? What do you got in mind?
Somewhere in between. I have been running stores in the tri-state area for 20 years, and I found out a long time ago that there's really no value in buying the business. I'm after infrastructure. I'm not after, the business rights or the goodwill, if you will. And the machines, they wear out. And in a store like this, we've, physically scouted it, and we see that it's kind of at that point. If they run it well, God bless. I'm not looking to communicate with the operator in most cases. I am looking to lease it if and when the time comes, if that makes sense.
Well, you should talk to my partner, David, who is our head of leasing. But I will tell you, I talked to Kathy last week. She has someone who's interested in buying it. There's almost no term left on their lease. So they'd be dealing with us, and we've been kind of at a standstill with her about renewing her lease, and I think she just is trying to sell it. So that's all I know. At this point, she keeps limping along and maybe getting a 1-year extension at a time, so I doubt I will take your name if it comes vacant. But you've not been talking to her before. You're not the person she asked me about. It doesn't sound right.
No.
I don't know what to tell you. I can put you in touch with my partner who will do the leasing as soon as it's available and could keep you in mind as soon as there's an opening there. Otherwise, you might work with her. I'm not sure she even wants anything for her business. She just wants to steadily move, and I'm sure she wants something. But without any terms, she's not entitled to much because the alternative is get your equipment and leave.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, you're filling in a lot of the blanks, and you're precisely correct on a lot of it. I mean, we're happy that
we get a lot of people selling your business, and there's nothing to sell without term. Who's going to buy it if it's got a year left on the lease and stand prey to negotiating with the landlord when you have no leverage? So it's kind of a given they're going to come. I don't know. Why don't I give you my partner's name, David?
I appreciate your time. The guy certainly didn't have a problem talking. He just was filling in both sides of the conversation. So good for you. Let him talk. He gave us, we talked to the kid, we talked to the dad, and now we go back to David, and I'm going to hit the cell phone. It sounded like he just walked into his office. I pick up these little details. His email was like bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Either he doesn't know how to control his computer or he just opened it, one or the other. All right, I'm dialing the cell phone number. Here we go.
This is David.
David, my name's Danny. John said you're the man to help me with a potential lease. There's a little coin laundromat. That is what I do, coin laundries. And according to the other characters here, the tenant is month to month. But, that being neither here nor there, I'm always looking for space that has infrastructure, and I want to sign a long-term lease with you and build another successful coin laundromat. If that's on your radar at all, we can talk terms and make it happen. Maybe not today or tomorrow. I understand you have a tenant there, but gathering some.
As far as I know, that's being sold.
Okay.
So John must know more than I do. So let me find out what John learned that I didn't. How do I get a hold of you, Danny?
Sure. My cell phone is the number I'm calling you on, the only number you need. John did mention a potential sale. You're saying that your tenant, your operator of the business, is selling the business, not the building. You're not selling the building.
No, it's a 25,000-foot shopping center, and she's just one of 12 tenants.
Yeah. And so the sale is
Correct.
the business.
So she would be selling her She's selling her business.
Okay, got it. I would like to interject a thing.
Sure, of course.
I do this quite a bit. I don't know, I don't even know who the tenant is. You said she, don't know her, they, them. I have no idea who it is. And do they have a sellable business? Well, maybe, I guess. That's great. You should look out for your tenant. Obviously, I own some commercial space myself. My tenants come first, and I can appreciate that. Let me give you a warning, and you probably know this. If they sell it for X, I hope it's not a lot, because now you have a tenant moving in that's giving them money. I know that they're month to month, and I don't know. I don't buy the business rights, not at any price. I mean, if it's $4, okay, we'll do a contract. But at the end of the day, laundromats sell every single day, and I just don't buy them. I'm looking to interject probably $300,000-$400,000 in washers, dryers, upgrades, HVAC. Make it a good, well-run, modern laundromat. And if that sale doesn't go through, if the veneer starts to crack, save my number and let me know, and we'll try to beat you up on the rent if you want to keep a laundry there. I hope she does sell it, to be honest. Good for her. And what John just said, and I think you know this, he said she doesn't have anything to sell. She doesn't have a lease, but who knows? If you have somebody willing to buy it, I think they're gullible because they don't know that. I would never buy a business in rented space till I spoke to the landlord. Your number wasn't hard to find. I'm sure that all makes sense.
Well, to me it does, because I do this for a living, so I figured this out.
Yeah, same. Again,
we have over 600 tenants, so I'm accustomed to dealing with calls every single day. So let me see what, as I said, I don't know. John may be more aware of the deal than I am, but I will give him a call just in case I need to be updated. And if it is cratered, then you'll hear from me shortly. And if it isn't, and if it does die, then we'll go from there.
Good. David, I'm glad to make your acquaintance. I know we understand one another. And to put it very briefly, I'm looking to become a good operator if the timing is correct. All right, let me know. This is my wireless. Cheers.
Done. Bye now.
All right. That is, not in my opinion, but in my experience, that is the way deals start. You scouted the store. The store is a mess. You put the numbers in front of me. We've been trying to reach them for a month, and then we finally get the right person. We play the game. John was kind enough to say, yeah, well, she's month to month. She's been limping the store. Well, first he said she's a good tenant. They do well. Okay. Seconds later, without any prompting from me, well, they're limping the store along, and they've been doing a year at a time, and now they have no term. I think she has a sale pending of the business rights, not the building. Who knows what it is? Does she deserve $50,000, $100,000, $300,000 for this location? I don't know. I sleep well at night because I'm not the one to go in there and shoehorn these people into a horrible deal. If someone buys it, the landlords are going to fall lockstep, and they're going to say what? Oh, give us $3.50 a square foot because you just bought a fucking business. We're not doing that, nor should we. We're not end running that deal. Trust me, he said if the deal craters, I love that. Meaning, if it all blows, we got 700 shopping centers, what I do for a living, I get it. Okay, just making sure. We speak the language. There's no need to add extemporaneous verbiage when somebody like this. First, John, he knows the deal. He told us everything. He's got diarrhea of the mouth, and he says, David's the guy. What we left him was a good taste in his mouth that he wants you, i.e. us, as a tenant, not this potential sale, because he knows that. As soon as someone buys the business, they are, whatever X price is, they are X behind the 8 ball. It doesn't make sense. Happens every day, but it doesn't make sense. There are so many people on the YouTube machine talking about how, here's how you find an off-market deal. This place isn't on Craigslist for sale, or is it? I don't know. Who cares? Anyone giving these dollars to this failed operator with no lease, you're buying a business in leased space, and then you go to the landlord hat in hand and say, may I have a nice lease? Nope.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.